Some battles have to be fought alone, some paths have to be crossed alone. So never be emotionally attached with anyone. You never know when you have to walk alone. Again, some battles have to be fought alone, some paths have to be crossed alone. So never be emotionally attached with anyone. You never know when you have to walk alone. Good morning.
Dios mío, gracias por todo. Perdona nuestros pecados, te amamos y te necesitamos. Cubre con tu milagroso manto a nuestra familia y a nuestras amistades y a todo aquel que te busque en el día de hoy. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
A special good morning to all the televiewers this morning. I would like to say bonjour, goedemorgen, buenos dias, bon dia, and everything else
Ni
there
hao.
is. Ni hao. Ni hao to all my Chinese-speaking compadres. I want to say to my co-host, Brenda Rodriguez de Allen, a special good morning to you.
Ay, gracias.
Dennis,
Gracias.
Spinner, everybody that's in the studio, by extension St. Martin, and of course, all of those in the listening scope of my voice.
Así es, señores. Muy buenos días a todos los que están en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7, especialmente a todo el que está a través de WTN, a través de Tel TV Plus y de MSR en la isla de San Martín y San Martín, todo el que está a través de TVCARIB en la isla de Curazao, Aruba y Belice, y todo el que está también en sintonía con nosotros en la isla de Bonaire a través de Dutch Caribbean TV. Muy buenos días para todos ustedes. Gracias por mantener su sintonía con nosotros y dándole los buenos días especialmente también a las personas que están en las redes sociales, en San Martín, en Ceiba, en Estesia, en Anguila, en Sembat, lo que están en San Tomás, en San Croix, en Puerto Rico, en República Dominicana, en Saint Kitts, en Dominica, en Saint Vince. Muy buenos días para todos ustedes. De igual manera, los que están en España, en Venezuela, en Panamá, en Colombia, en Estados Unidos, Canadá, Holanda y Francia. Bienvenido a una entrega más de su programa El Mundo a las 7.
All right, I also want to say to the whole wide world a special good morning, as I said before. I do want to give a special shout out to those of you who are watching us on any cable device or any cable stream, whether it might be MSR, WTN, Tele Plus. All of you, of course, Dutch Caribbean TV in Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao, we want to say a special good morning. Those of you who are watching us via Facebook Live, good morning, good morning. Good morning.
Así es, señores, recordándole a todo el que está en las redes sociales que le dé like, comparta, etiquete, postee sus banderitas, todo el que esté en la isla de San Martín, que escriba de cuál distrito nos están sintonizando. También recordarle a todo el que está en casita que tenemos nuestro teléfono de estudio 554-5601, donde usted puede enviar los buenos días, enviar sus banderitas, también cualquier mensaje que usted quiera enviar, aquí estamos nosotros y con gusto lo recibiremos y lo leeremos siempre y cuando se pueda leer.
All right. Why we know that you guys do not share it, because it does not come up on our feed, okay? I would like to encourage you, if every one of us, Celia Renault, please share this. Carol McKay, those of you who are tuning in right now, take the time out to share this program on your live wall. Jeanetta Richardson, I would encourage you to share this. We care that you like it and you love it, yes, but we would like, and sometimes you leave a comment, but we would like for you to share this program. Anatola Fermin, please share this, comparte. And of course, Alma Charles, who's saying good morning, everyone, blessings to all. Leandro Cabrera and Melania Lawrence. All of you who are here, Soliga K9, we know that you have a following, so please share this program with your followers. Deborah Hazel, good morning. World at 7. Good morning to you in the VI.
Así es, dándoles los buenos días y las gracias a todos por habernos sintonizado. Cristiana Rodríguez también se acaba de actualizar en las redes sociales. También Medellín Colástica está en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7. Le damos las gracias por mantener su sintonía con nosotros. Recuerden darle like, compartir, etiquetear y postear sus banderas de donde es su nacionalidad y donde está residiendo. David Levinson acaba de sintonizarnos también. Alma Charles de igual manera.
All right. That's St. Martin, Anguilla, and Aruba.
Así es.
Yeah.
Bueno, Prince.
All right. Janetta says, I do share. Okay, thank you so much for sharing it. We do encourage each and every one of you to do as Janetta Richardson does. She shares it. Brenda, I wanted to say, I wanted to take out this time and the opportunity. A very, very, how do you say, humble individual has passed on in the day of yesterday, and we would like to pay him his individual respect, which is Oscar Thomas. For those of you who knew Oscar, he went to the St. Martin Academy. He is, I don't think he's 50s yet. Oscar was also an employee of the Windward Island Bank, a very humble individual. His brother Marius, aka Egg, we do want to extend our condolences to the family and friends of this gentle, gentle soul, Oscar Thomas. May you rest in peace, Oscar, until we meet again. All right.
Así es, pedimos mucha fortaleza para sus familiares en este proceso de dolor y para él que descanse su alma, que Jehová le dé el descanso que él merece. Para todas sus amistades, de igual manera, también expresamos nuestras condolencias.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to share the headlines for this morning's news, and we begin with basically, yes, we begin with 28 COVID-19 recoveries today.
Así es, iniciamos con los titulares de las informaciones y tenemos 28 recuperaciones de COVID-19. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
Office of Disaster Management. Additional weather systems could form. Remain vigilant and prepared.
La Oficina de Gestión de Desastre informa sistemas meteorológicos adicionales y hay que permanecer vigilantes y preparados. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
This is a bold statement. Inmates deserve short-term solutions to meet human rights standards. And this story is taken from the St. Martin Island Times.
Los reclusos merecen soluciones a corto plazo para cumplir con los estándares de derechos humanos. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
Minister Lawrence meets with BIP.
Así es, también tenemos que el ministro Lawrence se reúne con las oficinas de BIP. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
For those of you who don't know what BIP stands for, is Bureau for Intellectual Property, St. Martin. And we have a CGTG union representative detained by gendarme, given warning by prosecutor. This is some big news coming out from the very French side, the Daily Herald. We got this news from.
Así es, la representante de la Unión del CGTG es detenida por los gendarmes y advertida por el fiscal. Esto es fuente del Daily Herald.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are the headlines for today's news. We would like to continue or start our news with our COVID numbers.
Así es, iniciamos con el desarrollo de las informaciones y tenemos 28 recuperaciones de COVID-19. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times. El ministro de Salud Pública, Desarrollo Social y Trabajo, Omar Otley, extiende su más sentido pésame a los familiares y amistades de las 3 víctimas fallecidas a causa de COVID-19. La fuerza y las oraciones se dirigen a los familiares durante este tiempo. Para el 27 de septiembre, 22 personas dieron positivo de COVID-19. Sin embargo, 28 personas se han recuperado, disminuyendo el total de casos activos a 157. El número total de casos confirmados es ahora de 4.235. Los servicios de prevención colectiva, con sus siglas CPS, están monitoreando a 150 personas en aislamiento domiciliario. 7 pacientes permanecen hospitalizados en San Martin Medical Center. El número total de muertes por COVID-19 ha aumentado a 66. El número de personas recuperadas desde que surgió el primer caso en San Martín ha aumentado a 4.012. 108 personas están en cuarentena según las investigaciones de rastreo de contactos realizadas por el CPS. El equipo de salud del aeropuerto del Ministerio de Salud Pública, Desarrollo Social y Trabajo, con sus siglas BSA, en colaboración con el Laboratorio de Atención Médica de San Martín, con sus siglas HCLS, han evaluado a 3.719 viajeros que han llegado al Aeropuerto Internacional Princess Juliana, mientras que el CPS ha evaluado a 41.509 personas en toda la comunidad. A medida que los números continúen fluctuando, el CPS continuará ejecutando activamente sus medidas de rastreos de contacto. El ministro Otley continúa alentando a todos a usar sus mascarillas y así reducir los contactos sociales y desinfectarse las manos o lavárselas con frecuencia.
The Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, Omar Otley, extends his heartfelt sympathy to the families and friends of the 3 victims who passed away due to COVID-19. Strength and prayers go out to the family during this time. As of September 27, there were 22 persons who tested positive for COVID-19. However, 28 persons have recovered, bringing the total active cases to 157. The total number of confirmed cases is now 4,235. The Collective Prevention Services, CPS, are monitoring 150 people in home isolation. 7 patients are hospitalized at the St. Martin Medical Center. The total number, let me get this properly, the total number of people recovered since the first case surfaced on St. Martin has increased to 4,012. We do have to say that we have 66 now casualties, deaths from COVID-19. I have a question that I would like to ask, Mrs. Cedric Ortega, and of course anyone that is representing CPS. How long are we going to be getting these COVID numbers? Is it going to be that they deactivate the system when the World Health Organization scales down to an endemic? Is it going to be that that we are not going to be hearing how much people are affected or how much people has died? When is the policy going to change? Now we know that we have every day, or at least, very frequently, numbers coming in, the COVID numbers. But how long are we going to get this information? Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with the information, but I can imagine that, a pandemic, whether it lasts 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, and how we deal with it, I do understand the procedures. However, I would like to know what are the scaled down measures, because we're not going to be getting this the rest of our lives, the numbers like this. So that's a question I would like to know. Is it a decision from CPS? Is it a decision that is going to take from the WHO, the World Health Organization, or they might say, hey, what is going on? Right.
Bueno, estoy viendo un comentario de Cedric Ortega que dice que él está infectado.
Wow.
Recuerda que aunque tengamos la vacuna, podemos infectarnos. Estamos corriendo el mismo riesgo, pero con menos consecuencias.
Yeah.
Y también estaba pensando, Prince, que de aquí a que termine el año llegaremos a la muerte número 100. Ya hoy estamos a ¿cómo? Finalizando septiembre, 28 de septiembre,
Yeah.
y tenemos 66 muertos.
Yes. This is something alarming. However, remember we said that we weren't going to be alarmed because if the mortality rate is I think 6% of our population, we should expect at 111, 112, total overall. This comes as a shock because we're seeing maybe one, now we have three deaths, at once. It is alarming. I want to read the comment from Swaliga K9 who says, I am infected. Speedy recovery, brother. However, because of the vaccine that he's taken, we know that his risk is very minimal, and we thank God that he took the vaccine quite early into the stage. Brian Baker is saying, good morning, Swaliga, stay safe, and a lot of well wishes. Seymour Nanunaki, what's shocking is even after all drama on the French side, they are almost at the same vaccination numbers as us. Fellow humans, please go and get yourself vaccinated. The life you save might very well be your own. And Swaliga K9 is saying, vaccine doing its job. All right, I'm happy to see that. Let me press a love at this because I'm happy to see that. After the birth of the vaccine, it is not the pandemic, but the human ignorance that are causing the deaths. All right, 6 degrees of separation, you cannot avoid get infection. Okay, came to my door. Esther Durant is saying, good morning, Prince and Brenda, greetings to everyone. 30% we can have up to 180 deaths without proper vaccination rate. All right, 0.3%, I'm sorry, 0.30%. Okay, thank you so much. Buen día, que la paz de Dios esté con ustedes.
Amén, amén,
All right.
bendiciones
Amén.
recíprocas. Prince, yo quisiera que tú me especificaras cómo yo busco la tasa de mortalidad del 2020 en la isla de San Martín.
That we would have to get those from Department of Statistics. They should know all of those numbers and get it out to the public, or if you request it. That is a possibility. All right. All right. Let's go on to another piece of news, and it is the weather system. We were supposed to get some rain yesterday and stuff, but Hurricane Sam went very north of us, so we thank God for that. But we pray that Hurricane Sam just dwindles down and don't cause any effects in Bermuda. The Office of Disaster Management, additional weather systems could form. Remain vigilant and prepared. This story is taken from the St. Martin Island Times.
Así es, la Oficina de Gestión de Desastres informa sistemas meteorológicos adicionales y hay que permanecer vigilantes y preparados. Esto es fuente de San Martin Island Times.
Fire Chief National Disaster Coordinator Clive Richardson from the Office of Disaster Management said on Monday, Major Hurricane Sam will pass over 300 miles at its closest point north of St. Martin late Wednesday or early Thursday, according to the Meteorological Department of St. Martin, and therefore poses no direct threat to the country. Richardson reminds residents and the business community to continue to remain vigilant and prepared as additional weather systems are forming in the central Atlantic Ocean. ODM, all along with the MDS, the Meteorological Department, will continue to monitor this weather system as they progress. The remaining storm named for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane seasons are Victor and Wanda. Continue to monitor local weather reports issued by the Meteorological Department of St. Martin for advisories related to any adverse weather. For office weather-related information, check out the website of the Meteorological Department of St. Martin, MDS, www.meteosxm.com, or visit their social media page, facebook.com, SXM Weather / the community is urged to learn more about hurricane hazards and how to prepare for storm st.martin.gov/hurricane strike by visiting the government website, stmartingov.org. All right. We have listened to the government radio station 107.9 FM, the official information and news before, during, and after a hurricane. I do want to say to all of you that we have escaped this, and not that it was going to bring a disaster, but we can't deal with a hurricane. Not a Category 1, not a Category 2, no hurricane season. So we do pray that all hurricanes or the existing hurricanes just dwindles and die. I also have a notification that let's look out for Hurricane Wanda. I had a girlfriend named Wanda once, and she wasn't easy. So look out for Hurricane Wanda.
Bueno, este huracán San ha llegado hasta categoría 4. Gracias a Dios se la ha pasado en el Atlántico, no afectará la isla de San Martín. Y tenemos el informe de que el jefe de bomberos y el coordinador nacional de desastres, Clive Richardson, de la Oficina de Gestión de Desastres, dijo el lunes que el gran huracán Sam pasará a más de 300 millas en su punto más cercano al noreste de San Martín el miércoles por la noche o el jueves temprano. Según el Departamento Meteorológico de San Martín, con sus siglas MDS, y por lo tanto no representará una amenaza directa para el país. Richardson recuerda a los residentes y a la comunidad empresarial que se mantengan alerta y preparados, ya que se están formando sistemas meteorológicos adicionales en el Océano Atlántico Central. La Oficina de Gestión de Desastres junto con la MDS continuarán monitoreando estos sistemas climáticos a medida que avanzan. Los nombres de tormentas restantes para la temporada de huracanes del Atlántico 2021 son Víctor y Wanda. Continúen monitoreando los informes meteorológicos locales emitidos por el Departamento Meteorológico de San Martín para obtener avisos relacionados con cualquier clima adverso. Para obtener información oficial relacionada con el clima, visite la página web del Departamento Meteorológico de San Martín con www.meteosxm.com o visite su página de redes sociales en facebook.com/San Martin Weather. Se insta a la comunidad a aprender más sobre los peligros de los huracanes y cómo prepararse para una tormenta, visitando la página del gobierno de www.sanmartingov.org/huracán, donde podrá descargar su guía de preparación para la temporada de huracanes y la gráfica del seguimiento de los huracanes. También que escuche la estación de radio del gobierno 107.9 FM para obtener información oficial y noticias antes, durante y después de un huracán.
All right, we have a comment here from Nan Higgs saying, Prince, if Wanda forms, please meet her in the ocean to convince her to turn away. St. Martin Anunnaki says, yes, Prince, don't put paradise in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I would leave Wanda alone, because we left on not so good of a term. So if I return, Wanda might chew me out.
Yo he escuchado que los Víctor no son fácil también.
Oh, so Victors aren't easy either.
He escuchado. Entonces tenemos a Víctor y a Wanda.
It's only if you had an ex named Victor.
No,
and
no
that
he
would be a
tenido.
big problem.
No he tenido ningún ex llamado Víctor, pero he escuchado que los Víctor no son fáciles y tú tienes ya una prueba de que las Wanda tampoco son fáciles. Entonces, padre, la
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can't get hit with either Victor or a Wanda. So keep your fingers crossed. For those of you who are Buddhist, please, your chakras, get them ready. For those of you who are Christian, get your crucifix out and start praying, because Victor and Wanda is up next. All right? Brenda, what do we have as news?
Así, tenemos que los reclusos merecen soluciones a corto plazo para cumplir con los estándares de derechos humanos, y esto es fuente de San Martin Island Times.
Inmates deserve short-term solutions to meet human rights standards. This story is taken from St. Martin Island Times. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we will read this story and we will get to you. But for now, we do have to go on a commercial break to pay some bills. So stay locked and tuned in to TV Carib, the world at 7, El Mundo a las 7. And we
Así
will
es.
be right back.
Señores, vamos a una pausa comercial. Gracias por estar en sintonía con nosotros. Le pedimos a los que están en las redes sociales que le den like, compartan, etiqueten y posteen de qué lugar, de qué distrito de la isla nos están observando. También a las personas que están en casita, recordándole nuestro teléfono de estudio 554-5601, donde pueden mandar todos los mensajes. Vamos a una pausa comercial y regresamos en breve.
Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg, have some of the best meals around town for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they make it so easy for you to order. Just call in, then walk in and pick it up. What's up it? Then walk in and pick it up. Or walk in, order it, and pick it up. We also cater and host events. And don't forget karaoke every Friday night. So eat at Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg. It's a celebration in your mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The World at 7. For those of you who are just tuning in, we went on a commercial break and we're back here ready to give you more updates, more news, and what's going on in country St. Martin.
Así es, estamos ya en nuestra segunda fase del Mundo de las 7, dándole la bienvenida a todo el que nos está sintonizando en casita y a todo el que nos está actualizando en las redes sociales, como es el señor Antonio Méndez, Estel Durán Casimil, María Crispín, Minelva Maduro, Sualiga Kenent, Debra Heiser, Leandro Cabrera, San Martín Anunnaki, Mariluz Rodríguez Martínez, esas son personas que están en las redes sociales, Verónica Bell, Non Height, Yvette Silverio, Junior Henderson, Rosa Méndez, Brian Baker, Idalisa Sánchez, Robert Boyer, Cristina Rodríguez, Jojo, Carol McKay, también está en sintonía Alexandra Isabel Suero, Yesenia de la Cruz está en sintonía con nosotros, también está en sintonía Leandro Cabrera, está en sintonía Melvina Romeo también, también está en sintonía Nuri Pérez Ramírez, está en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7, Medellín Colástica también, que dice que ella siempre comparte, gracias por siempre estar en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7. También Evita Eva Bunten está en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7, Celia Renault, Nadine Suárez, muy buenos días, Ingrid Laureano, María Crispín, Mara Flow, Antolina Fermín, que está en sintonía también con El Mundo a las 7. ¿Quién más tenemos, Prince?
Oh, we have more people with us. We have, I mentioned Maria Crispin, and of course, Carol McKay. I just wanted to say the other night I went to the wake of Belto Richardson, and Carol McKay, always in a different hairstyle and stuff, and she's like, but she had on a mask, you know, so she's like this, and I'm like, who's this again? And then she put down the mask. I'm like, hey, Carol, you know, so it's always a pleasure to see those that are with us. I also wanted to say that last night when I was going to St. Peter's and I put up on the bar, of course, before 11 o'clock, all right, to get a drink, I saw one of the birthday celebrants that we mentioned in the morning show. And you know I like to mess with people's head. So when I went to her and she was drinking all dollsed up, I said, feliz cumpleaños.
Ay, para Belkis Gario, sí que
yeah.
estuvo de cumpleaños en el día de ayer.
Feliz cumpleaños. She did this, and then she was like, how do you know it was my birthday? I said, well, don't worry, I have special powers. And then I mentioned to her that on the morning show, and when she looked at me, she's like, oh, Prince Harba Martina, and of course she knows you. So those are the things that we like to see, and I just needed to mention it here on the morning program. So for those of you who would like to give a shout out to Brenda individually, Dennis when you see him, and myself, it's always a pleasure to know that you're watching with us and that you are, loving what we do, because it takes a lot of energy and time to, prepare the news, give the news, and everything. So we just want to say to everybody out there, hi.
Quiero dar los buenos días también a Paulina Alejandro y también a Carl Westcott, que acaba también de actualizarse con nosotros en las redes sociales, a Rosa Méndez también, a Orma Charles, que está en sintonía, Dorothy Daway también, que está en sintonía con nosotros, Minelva Maduro, Dave Levingston desde nuestra hermana isla de Seba, están en sintonía con El Mundo a las 7. Recuerden darle like, compartir, etiquetear y postear sus banderas de donde es su nacionalidad y donde está residiendo.
All right, I do want to read some of the comments from Miraflow. Buen día, que la paz de Dios está con ustedes. Thank you so much, Miraflow. Of course, Maria Crispin is saying, good morning. We love those shout outs. A notification from St. Martin Anunnaki, and he's talking about not only the carbon emission, but dangerous climate change. The fact that it's ever present, and individual capacity, we should do all it takes to stop from getting worse. Some examples: stop using plastic straws, plastic cups. We dispose properly of our garbage, because some of our garbage end up in the sea. One time I saw this terrible, terrible picture with a turtle. Of course, those plastic rings that goes over beer cans or soda cans, and it grew. And this turtle, for how much years, was swimming with this, and it was even embedded into his body. It's a really crazy sight to see. But we humans are the worst for this planet. You know that, right?
Lamentablemente.
Oh my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for that notification, St. Martin Anunnaki. It is good that we wait and see, but it is always better that we put a step forward. Okay? Nadine Suarez is saying good morning. And Brenna, I see that you've posted up the website of the meteorological department, at least that post, so that people can see. So thank you so much for that. All right. The Sahara dust, St. Martin Anunnaki said, the Sahara dust, in addition to the seaweed, which keeps the water temperature low, are helping. We need to be thankful. Although we get allergies, although we look at the beach and like, oh my God, those are all things that help hurricanes from forming and giving the impact. I could remember when I was smaller, and my grandfather would always say, oh my God, it's the temperature it's hot. It would be hot, it would be sticky, and that draws a hurricane. And he would always tell me, hey, watch out, this year we're going to get a hurricane. And do you know what? It always hits on the
Sí,
button.
y de igual manera también cuando hace mucho calor, suele la tierra temblar. En el caso de ayer, de anoche en la República Dominicana, tembló de 4.5 en la noche. Muchas personas lo sintieron. No he podido leer exactamente toda la información, pero espero que no haya ocurrido daños personales.
All right. Janetta Richardson is saying in Holland they have already started selling wooden party utensils, kind of bamboo-like, no more plastic. According to me, you can still utilize plastic in the Netherlands. However, I know what they're talking about. Some people are even doing it in Indonesia. using the skin of the banana tree.
¿Sí?
All right, yeah, they process that, and they use that, and they form it into spoons, into forks, into plates and stuff. Why? The banana industry in Indonesia is very big. So what do they do after a banana shoots? You have to cut it down. You know, in the Dominican Republic, when a banana tree is planted and it bears fruit, you have to cut it down. So all of that, it's waste. Well, not waste. A banana tree grows very quickly.
Sí.
What that does, instead of throwing all of that away, they process it and make it into utensils, even into clothing, hats, and stuff. So we do need to get, start going into that direction.
Se ve que aquí estoy tratando de acostumbrarme a que tengo que caminar con mis bolsas cuando voy a hacer la compra del
Yeah,
súper.
yeah. I remember a long time ago, we didn't give two hoots, you know. But in the Netherlands, when I went, we always carried our bags. Why? Because if we go by the Bus van de Heide or the Aldi or anything, and you buy you had to buy a bag. But because we were getting these bags free, you know, it was like, don't worry, we'll just get our plastic bags and get it home, right? So let's diminish our carbon footprint into this earth, okay?
Así es. Continuamos con las informaciones, Spring.
Yeah, I think this is a great topic to discuss in extra time. Brenna, can you make it in extra time? Yes?
Claro
Thank
que
you,
sí.
thank you. So we will have extra time today because Brenna can make it. Thank you so much, Brenna. So we will discuss
¿Puedo
this
hacerte una
topic.
pregunta?
No,
No puedo hacer la pregunta.
no.
Señores, aquí no hay libertad de expresión, pero ¿qué?
Oh my God. No, right here we don't give our, our
Lo vamos a
freedom.
dejar para el
We
extra
just
time.
give the morning news.
Exactamente.
All right, good. Now, following up on her letter of September 1st, 2021, MP and Chairlady of Justice Committee of Parliament, Grisha Heiligen Martin, sent another letter to Justice Minister Anna Richardson last week. In the letter, MP Heiliger Martin again asked the minister's urgent attention for the situation at St. Martin's detention facilities. In a press release Monday night, Heiliger Martin expressed her deep concerns about the state of the facilities and the treatment of the inmates. My tour of the facilities last year was a shocking experience to me. Since then, too much disturbing information has been received from the prison staff and inmates about the situation at our prison facilities. This includes 2 letters from inmates to Parliament. All this information is reason for great concern. That is why I sent another letter to the Minister of Justice and why I also intend to organize a tour of the prison facilities by all other members of Parliament's Justice Committee. They need to see for themselves how serious the situation is, Heiliger Martin stated in her release. She further stated that the inmates have human rights and should be treated accordingly. According to Heiliger Martin, inmates should be prepared to make meaningful contributions to the community of St. Martin upon their release. The government has an obligation to ensure their physical and mental well-being and development while detained, so that we don't end up releasing hardened and resentful individuals back into our society. Long-term solutions for improved treatment and facilities that are currently being worked on will end up being too little, too late if we don't address the urgent issues right now. She referred to the current trip of Minister Richardson to the Netherlands for a meeting regarding the Point Blanche prison. From reports in the media today, I learned that the minister is working on a plan of approach, has appointed a program manager from the Netherlands, and has made agreements with the UNOPS proposal. On the other hand, I was also informed that the inmate sewing center that was proudly announced earlier this year is not functioning as yet, and questions surrounding the recent lockdown remain unanswered as well. I therefore hope that the Minister of Justice will promptly respond to my letters so that Parliament can be informed on what her short-term plans are, and if and how it can support the Minister and the government with executing their plans. as chair of the Justice Committee, I feel that it is my responsibility to take the initiative to secure the human rights of our inmates, starting with a tour of the current detention facilities. MP Heiliger Martin concluded. Wow. I do like this report. Why? Because it shows not only concern, but her duty as a sitting member of parliament. I am alarmed, though, of these press releases and these letters that MP Grisha Martin Heiliger is writing and not getting proper answers. We saw in a previous press release, she's written the Prime Minister twice, asking about the decolonization process. Now, this also is a problem because she has written the Justice Minister twice. This is her second time asking for, clarification and to elaborate. Now, of course, the Justice Minister, in her tour of the facilities in the Netherlands, is looking on a plan and a solution. They have appointed someone, a manager, in terms of the process. However, I am looking to see if they can have an adjunct manager, someone from St. Martin, to learn and to see how this whole process is working. Okay? What I'm gathering from this is that we read in a report that the sewing center is up and running. However, she is saying upon visiting the Point Blanche prison, she have learned that the sewing initiative program is not functioning as yet. So we would like some clarification on that. We would like some answers to know what is really going on in our Point Blanche prison.
Sí, así es. En un comunicado de prensa del lunes por la noche, Heiliger Martin expresó su profunda preocupación por el estado de las instalaciones y el trato de los reclusos. Mi recorrido por las instalaciones el año pasado fue una experiencia impactante para mí. Desde entonces se ha recibido demasiada información inquietante del personal penitenciario y de los reclusos sobre la situación de nuestras instalaciones penitenciarias. Esto incluye 2 cartas de los presos al Parlamento. Toda esta información es motivo de gran preocupación. Por eso envié otra carta a la ministra de Justicia y por eso también tengo la intención de organizar un recorrido por las instalaciones penitenciarias por parte de todos los demás miembros del Comité de Justicia del Parlamento. Necesitan ver por sí mismos la gravedad de la situación, declaró Heiliger Martin en su comunicado. Además, también afirmó que los reclusos tienen derechos humanos y deben ser tratados en consecuencia. Según Heiliger Martin, los reclusos deben estar preparados para hacer contribuciones significativas a la comunidad de San Martín cuando sean liberados. El gobierno tiene la obligación de garantizar su bienestar y desarrollo físico y mental mientras estén detenidos, para que no terminemos liberando a personas endurecidas y resentidas en nuestra sociedad.
Yeah.
Las soluciones a largo plazo para mejorar el tratamiento de las instalaciones en las que se está trabajando actualmente terminarán siendo demasiadas escasas, demasiado tarde si no abordamos los problemas urgentes en este momento, afirmó la diputada. También se refirió al viaje actual de la ministra Richardson a los Países Bajos para reuniones sobre la prisión de Point Blanche. De los informes de los medios de comunicación de hoy, supe que la ministra está trabajando en un plan de enfoque. Ha nombrado a un director de programa en los Países Bajos y ha llegado de acuerdo con las propuestas de UNOPS. Por otro lado, también me informaron que el centro de costura para reclusos que se anunció con orgullo a principios de este año aún no está funcionando. Y las preguntas que rodean el reciente bloqueo también siguen sin respuestas. Por lo tanto, espero que la ministra de Justicia responda con prontitud a mis cartas para que el Parlamento pueda estar informado sobre cuáles son sus planes a corto plazo y si puede apoyar a la ministra y al gobierno en la ejecución de estos planes y de qué manera. Como presidenta del Comité de Justicia, siento que es mi responsabilidad tomar la iniciativa para garantizar los derechos humanos de nuestros reclusos, comenzando con un recorrido por los centros de detención actuales, concluyó la diputada Heiliger Martin.
Brenda, I would like to make an announcement as well. It is no secret that her husband was detained,
Yes.
which was the former member of parliament, um, Theodore Heiliger, who was the leader of the UP party. Um, in some cases, still the spiritual leader. He was detained, and from since then, Grisha Heiliger Martin set off on a campaign that she would look into the prison system, and she is making good on that promise.
Yep.
One thing I am certain of, whether you call it political rhetoric or whatever, I think this is an issue dear to her heart because of that situation. She have written articles. She went on Facebook Live. They went extra when it came to the how do you say, the human rights issues, the living conditions in the prison. So we see that whether you call it political rhetoric or not, it is an issue close to her heart. So I am happy that she is able to express herself. It is quite unfortunate, though, and I must say this, that when a public official or a parliamentarian, whether it's a minister or a parliamentarian, get in a squabble or get themselves in a mix, that's when these issues come to the forefront.
Tú sabes que aquí hay muchas situaciones que se están dando que hasta que a alguien de alto nivel no le afecta, no se le presta atención.
Exactly, exactly. However, prison was made for everyone. Brenda brought a very, very good issue that a lot of times that people in, who are esteemed higher, whether their salaries are bigger, whether they're more well-known in the community, the problems that affect them are definitely not the problems that affect the common man. However, I indicated that prison was made for everyone,
Yep.
The rich, the poor, the influential, or not. So
Blanco,
yes,
negro,
yes,
que
yes, yes.
estudie, que no
The
estudie.
very how do you say? The very gist of prison is the fact that you take away certain liberties. And even if you're a rich man and have the biggest cell, you can't go in and out as you please. So that's why this issue was an issue to the forefront, okay? We have wasted 4.5 minutes on the political stunt. We are 11 years from 10-10-10, and now we think about our hospitals, prison, airport, etc., etc. Next, well, St. Martin Anunnaki, I could tell you this, okay? I am happy that we're thinking about those things right now and not when it's a political year. And even though 2 years from now is election time again, I am so elated that these issues are coming to the forefront, whether it's a political stunt or not. But we do have to continue in the sake of time. Minister Lawrence meets with BIP, Bureau of Intellectual Property, St. Martin.
Así es, el ministro Lawrence se reúne con el departamento de BIP en San Martin. Eso es fuente de San Martin en Lintan.
The Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transportation and Telecommunication, Mr. Roger Lawrence, and his support staff met with the Supervisory Board Director and the team of the Bureau for Intellectual Property, St. Martin, for an introductory meeting. During the meeting, the Supervisory Board Director and the team members of the Bureau introduced themselves and highlighted their individual roles within the organization. The Director, Mrs. Vicencia Rosen Sandyford, gave a presentation in which she outlined the Bureau's legal task and responsibility. Furthermore, pending matters were discussed with the Minister. During the meeting, the Director presented Mr. Lawrence with the multi-annual budget and policy plan 2022 to 2026. Concluding the Bureau's financial reporting for this year, the Bureau Statement 2020 was approved earlier in July. Accountability, transparency, and sustainability are core values of Bureau Intellectual Property St. Martin. Therefore, we at the Bureau are proud to be up to date with the financial reporting of the organization. In addition, the Bureau mission is to continue to be catalyst for innovation on St. Martin by providing the public information about the protection opportunities of their IP and IP right in general, intellectual property that is. We remain committed in our work in increased intellectual property awareness for St. Martin, stated Director Mrs. Rosa Sandy Ford. I am pleased with the Bureau's transparency and work to raise IP awareness on the island, regionally and internationally, placing country St. Martin further on the map. As an optimist, I am confident that once we continue to rally together for the greater good of St. Martin, the future will be bright, stated Minister Lawrence. The Supervisory Board and Director of BIP St. Martin look forward to the successful and fruitful working relationship with the Minister and alongside the Ministry of TI. A follow-up meeting with the Minister to provide more in-depth information about intellectual property is scheduled to take place later this year. All right, great little article about our minister, Mr. Roger. I would like to say though, this is one of the things that happen every time we get a new minister. He needs to be introduced again and reintroduced, and then they need to meet later on. They had a fruitful conversation. Those are the things. So, you know, that's why I'm always saying that our ministers should be carefully placed and placed in a way that as soon as they have a cabinet, that they can sit and start working for the people of St. Martin. So that's the only thing I wanted to say about this, but I think that it is a good thing. I have some questions, but that I would have to direct to the Bureau of Intellectual Property itself.
Así es, continuamos con las informaciones y tenemos la representante de la Unión CGTG, es detenida por Jandans y advertida por el fiscal. Esto es fuente del Daily Herald.
The union representatives and spokesperson for Confédération Générale de Travailleurs de Guadeloupe, Marceline Dusson, was detained by gendarmes early on Monday morning and taken before the prosecutor regarding the ongoing protests taking place outside the Louis Constant Fleming Hospital against mandatory vaccinations. Dusson told a large gathering of supporters and media outside the courthouse annex, including the main unions and collectivities, that she had been given a process verbal reminder of the law and threatened with a €5,000 fine. I have been told by the prosecutor I will be condemned if I stand up in public road again tomorrow or whenever, and I will be fined, she said. But I am going to stand my ground and I am not moving from what I am doing. If they want to put me behind bars, I will go. I don't anyone to think I am afraid and can be broken. I made up my mind. I can't sit back and see injustice being done. The protesters have been accused of blocking the public road, but the SO has vehemently denied this, stating that the ambulance and deliveries of supplies have always been allowed to pass through to the hospital. The procès verbal specifically states the offense as hindering the circulation of traffic on the public road. The prosecutor has a different interpretation of the public road than the prosecutors have, commented UNIT 978 Union Representative Franceline Paynes. This is a method of intimidation to stop her, the SO. If they can break her, they think the movement will die. But the protest is about defending their jobs. How do you think people feel when they are told they are going to lose their jobs? These people are not mischievous or bandits on the side of the road. They are just defending their jobs. They don't accept the compulsory vaccination. Remember, these are the same people who were working and saving lives before COVID. I find it hypocritical to bring out a law and treat them this way and expect them to stay quiet and not stand up for their rights.
Así es, estas informaciones, vamos a hablar un poquito de esto en nuestro tiempo extra. Vamos a pasar ahora a lo que es nuestro segmento de cumpleañeros. Felicitando a todo el que está celebrando. Ahí está mi princesa Jasmine, que está cumpliendo 18 años. Mi hija está de cumpleaños en el día de hoy. Muchas bendiciones para ti, mi amor, mucha salud y que todos tus proyectos se te cumplen. Tus deseos. Ahí también tenemos a Isael Montaño, que está cumpliendo también un año más. Mi hermano y amigo de infancia, que las pases súper bien. Deseo lo mejor para ti.
I would like to say Leticia King, happy birthday to you, and Gina Kiandra Rabes, who is making birthday today. Tuti Maduro has made 40, and she said it bold on Facebook. I'm 40 and fabulous. Clyde Van Putten, happy birthday to you, the Honorable Clyde Van Putten from St. Eustatius, 59 years old today. Smokey Haddocks, happy birthday to you, Smokey, and Michaela Arundel, 34 years old, Kyla Marishaw, and Euclid Page, 40 years old, Tamisha Benjamin Benders, happy birthday to you. All the best.
Así es, de esta manera llegamos al final de nuestra programación, invitándolos a nuestro tiempo extra. Pero en cuanto a las noticias, estamos aquí. Mi nombre es Brenda Rodríguez de Allen y los invito mañana tempranito a partir de las 7 a que nos acompañen nuevamente.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, join us on Extra Time where we will discuss some of the morning news. We have our fun facts and many more to discuss on Extra Time. So don't miss it. But we will be here tomorrow, same time, same place, God's spare. And of course, you will be here with us. Have a great day.
Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg, have some of the best meals around town for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they make it so easy for you to order. Just call in, then walk in, and pick it up. What's up it? Then walk in and pick it up. Or walk in, order it, and pick it up. We also cater and host events. And don't forget karaoke every Friday night. So eat at Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg. It's a celebration in your mouth.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're here on the morning show, The World at 7. However, the morning show has finished, and we're here in extra time. Extra here.
Extra time.
All about it here, The World at 7. Brenda, thank you for joining us this morning, and I'm happy that you can make it in extra time this morning.
Prince, ¿puedo hacerte la pregunta ahora que estamos en tiempo extra?
Come on, Brenda.
Okay.
Tell me, what would you like to say?
Prince, yo soy la responsable de cuando se va a hacer el tiempo extra todos los días.
Sí.
Soy yo la responsable.
Definitely. But you're a responsible person anyway, so the viewing audience can know that you're responsible.
Necesito que por favor, si mi testigo, parte de mis testigos están en línea, por favor, que aclaren quién está disponible o no siempre para los tiempos extra.
All right. Brenda, we do have some people with comments, and we would like to read some of these comments. We don't like to leave comments unnoticed. But whenever we have comments or whenever the show is sweet, we go ahead. All right? Here on Savor is only some will eat and others can't. Where did the money go? This is from Magali Barnes. She's talking about the injustice and again from the disparities of rich and poor, from those the haves and the haves not, and those that are in political power and those not. You know, Magali Barnes, we have people all over that way. Meraflo said, Brenda, siempre tú eres responsable. Thank you, Meraflo. Thank you.
Yo creo que tú estás malinterpretando
No.
el comentario de Mara
No,
Flor.
absolutely not. Simran Anunnaki says, beyond ridiculous, these guys need to be detained. And he's talking about the front side. Um, can you understand that in a strike, in a protest, that no no emergency vehicles can pass, no supplies, and none of those stuff. However, that is not the case. Ms. Dussault is stating that those things could have passed, and the public prosecutor is just finding a way of intimidation. So, you know, what is really going on with the French side? What is really going on with this protesting about the vaccination? I've seen many videos circulating that employees of the hotel itself, they're adamant about not getting the vaccine. However, we see that in France, with all the mandatory, maneuvering of trying to get the vaccine into the public, we see that the numbers are going up. But here in the French Antilles, we see that they're still struggling, and it's going, but you know, is it really going?
Oye, y el número más alto de muertes está en el lado francés, de infectados también,
Yeah.
en comparación con lo que es el lado holandés. Y aún así ellos están protestando de no querer suministrarse lo que es la dosis de la vacuna COVID-19.
All right. Istarida Hashem is saying, I'm here right now. I could have passed, dropped off my husband at the hospital, but I couldn't stay in the parking lot. So I had to come back out and park elsewhere. So it's not that they didn't want her to pass or anything like that. She could go. So I'm happy to hear that. So it proves what Ms. Dussault is saying is accurate because Estelida is reporting live.
Disculpa, pero mira cómo está este video, estuvimos presentando este video. También en días pasados estuvo el video que hubo circulando donde se situaron ellos a jugar domino en el medio de la vía, viendo un tráfico, sin pensar qué prisa podía tener el otro por llegar hacia donde iba, qué urgencia podía tener, tú sabes. Entonces esto obstruye también el tráfico, que las personas puedan llegar tarde a los lugares donde vayan. Es decir, tiene muchas consecuencias.
All right. Brenda is referring that there's a lot of consequences that, you know, can take place when you block the traffic. We saw reports coming out last week, 2 weeks ago, that people are sitting in the middle of the road playing dominoes, and without putting into consideration who needs to go where and what they need to do. We do understand that a lot of people are, you know, their convenience is messed up. They don't have, they're just left up to wonder what's next. However, let us put it into perspective, Brendan. I always say this on the morning show. A protest is a protest. A protest does not bear in mind, you know, what is to come or who have to go where and stuff. That is a protest.
Que la protesta es que el lado es irrespetando también tanto a la comunidad como a las personas, a las policías. No le tienen respeto, definitivamente.
Well, I don't know if it's not having respect. I think that they're inconveniencing a lot of people, but to bring their point across, that's what they feel that they have to do. They can't bring their point, well, they feel that talking has gone, you know, they've exhausted the talking. They can't talk anymore. They can't sit and meet and have fruitful conversations. So what they do is they go and protest. And a lot of the times, majority of the times, we see that some changes, maybe not everything, but they go back around the table and they have some changes. But I'm seeing a video circulating on Facebook where the workers of the Louis Constant Fleming Hospital is complaining and saying, hey, listen, we don't want this vaccine, all right? And then someone, or the reporter who's reporting this, is saying, listen, it's strange how you guys were the heroes in the pandemic, and now they want to lay all you guys aside. You know, those are the things that we're hearing. All right.
Tengo un mensajito aquí de Paz Zamore que dice, Good morning, blessed day.
All right.
Dice, muy buenos días para usted también, mi señora.
Patricia
Y-
Zamore.
Y
Thank you.
también tengo un mensaje por ahí, dice, bueno, ay, este es uno de mis testigos, dice, buenos días, Brenda, llévalo al paso, que él tiene sus cosas que hacer.
¿Cómo?
Yo también tengo cosas que
Mi
hacer.
cosa de hacer es The Morning Show, El Mundo a las 7.
Sí, pero muchas veces por eso no estamos en este tiempo, porque tú tienes cosas que hacer.
Absolutely not.
Ay, sí, no puedo ver el tiempo extra, tengo que irme a trabajar y pones una carita llorando.
So she had something to do. All right. St. Martin Anunnaki says, Prince, you are wrong. Freedom of movement is a fundamental right. If one files a complaint with the gendarmerie, the leader legally will have to be detained. Freedom of movement is a fundamental right. So is standing up for your rights. That is a fundamental right as well. Okay? To disagree with someone is a fundamental right. You are allowed to disagree. Now, how they meet each other in the middle way, I think that's how we can deal with the situation. Okay? Ingrid Laureano is saying, en el lado francés es mucho violencia. Okay, explain. Is there a lot of violence? Let us know what is going on. All right? Magali Barnes is saying, you should come to Seba and help question what is going on. Please, that's why I'm writing. All right, Magali Barnes, that sounds like a great idea. Provide me with who I should ask and a background story so that I can give an accurate report of what's going on. I really love Seba, you know? I really love Seba.
No, y estuviste allá y te sentiste en el paraíso porque fue haber regresado a la normalidad,
Yeah.
donde no te preocupaste por usar mascarillas ni nada por el estilo.
All right. We were discussing the prison. We were discussing, first of all, Grisha Martin Heiliger, and of course, Theo Heiliger. That's a great, a big topic. At one point, the highest vote getter of St. Martin, and I think Grisha Martin Heiliger, she was the first highest vote getter on the up slate this year, so she is President of Parliament. Not President, I'm sorry. She is President of the Chair of the Justice Committee for Parliament.
Prince, pero en la situación donde habían presentado ya lo que fue el Departamento de Costura, la ministra Anna Richardson viajó también a Holanda para ponerse en contacto con el ministerio de allá y traer más perspectiva para poder trabajar y avanzar en los trabajos de la prisión. Aún así, todavía en el comunicado de la carta de Grisha Heiliger dice que no ha empezado a trabajar este departamento de costura, pero ya fue presentado, fue inaugurado hace más de 15 días, alrededor de 15 días, pero todavía no está puesto en circulación. Entonces, los trabajos también han estado lentos, los prisioneros, según el comunicado de Grisha Heiliger, Martin, están en deterioro, continúan en deterioro en la prisión.
Yeah, that is a problem if that's the case, that the sewing center for the prison, if that has not commenced as yet, because we've read reports saying that they have commenced and that they're ready to go. However, MP Grisha Martin Heiliger says that's not the case. What I'm hearing here, I want to read this, okay? Don't only put St. Martin under pressure. Here needs it also. If you have family here, Your right is under pressure. All right. And Magali Barnes is referring to Saba. Okay. That we should put Saba under pressure as well. Suggestion: go to the webpage of Kingdom External Affairs and send your query and or complaint. I found proper. Oh, if found proper, it might help. Simar Anunnaki, please refer to who you're speaking to in the chat because some might not get it. Okay. Yeah. Brenda, the reason why, and let's be fair, the reason why Grisha Martin Heiliger is insisting on the prison and the human rights and the proper manner in order to treat prisoners is because I think a year or two ago her husband was detained. Okay, and that prompted her to go into the political arena, and she vowed that these are the issues that she will be championing, all right? At one point, we see that she was championing senior citizen
Por
care.
eso fue que te dije ahorita que hasta que las situaciones no toquen las puertas de alguien de alto nivel, no se le presta atención.
But we have to, I understand what you're saying, but thank God it happened so that, you know, it can open the eyes of these individuals so they can address this on not only the floor of Parliament, but in the papers as well, and put pressure on the Ministry of Justice. So I am happy that this happened. Not happy that he was detained, not happy that Teo Heiliger went to jail. I'm not happy about that, but I am happy that out of that ugly situation came a positive, and that this can be used for a positive, Brenda. So we have to put this into perspective. At one point, Grisha Martin Heiliger did go on the senior citizen care, saying that she finds that all senior citizens should get vitamins. Remember that?
También.
I haven't heard, I haven't
Pero
seen a
no se ha
motion.
conseguido una respuesta positiva en cuanto a esto.
Of course not, but so because you're not going to, she didn't receive a positive response on decolonization either.
Tampoco.
However, she
Pero lo ha
put in the papers,
sacado
this is
exactamente
twice,
circular.
all right? This is twice. She's written the Prime Minister and asking the Prime Minister, we need clarity, clarifications on the decolonization process.
Así es.
All right? So if vitamins for senior citizen is at her core, I think she should be able to write, you know, the minister as well, because he has been taking strides in SZV and doing and bringing them together, all right? And the ministry is under their care, the UP. So I wouldn't be surprised if she writes a letter to Omar Utley and saying, listen, Paolo, honorable colleague, please get it done. And these are the things that I'm saying, you know, these are coalition partners, and they're acting as if, you know, they're acting like as if they're not in a government accord, that they're not using the government apparatus, you know. These are the things that we have to understand what is really going on here in country St. Martin. Okay, it's one coalition, it's a government, and to be writing people twice, 3 times, I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame.
Bueno, esperemos que se tenga alguna respuesta en estos 3 casos. La descolonización, las vitaminas para personas mayores y ahora el proceso de la prisión penitenciaria en de Pont Blanche. Esperemos que se tenga alguna respuesta sobre esto.
All right, the number to call is 554-5601. You can weigh in on this conversation. Tell me, do you think that it's just political rhetoric? Do you think that the issue is close to her heart because her husband went to prison? Do you think it comes from a genuine place? Give us your perspective on this matter. And I think it's worth talking about. In the meantime, I would like to go to our fun fact, which is courtesy of St. Martin Anunnaki. Fun fact, 28th of September 2021. Who cheats more, men or women? Men tend to cheat more than women, but their evidence, the infidelity gap is closing. This isn't due to the fact that men are having fewer affairs that they once did. Rather, it has to do with the fact that women are cheating more often than men are. Wow. Reports also suggest that women may be not only cheating more, but also getting away with it more frequently. Women are better at hiding their affairs, as traditionally women have faced harsher punishment for cheating. They have lost their financial support, risked the loss of their children, and in some countries even risked their loss of their lives. Infidelity for many men is evidence of recklessness. For women, however, cheating may be evidence of a more thought-out plan to address perceived needs. The potential cost of being sexually reckless is otherwise too high. Intimate partner violence, which 1 out of 3 women experience at some point, is often triggered by infidelity. Men are better at compartmentalizing their affairs than women. They seem to be better at keeping their extramarital relationship separate from their primary partnership than women. They can hide their outside behaviors and seem to be less disturbed by maintaining multiple lives. 20% of men cheat compared to 13% of women, but that ratio is rapidly changing. Are you hearing that? Brenda, to sum up the article, it's basically saying that yes,
Déjame sentarme.
long time ago, men cheated more on women.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. So, before this era. But now, women are cheating more. Not more than men, but they're cheating more than usual.
Exactamente.
All right? So what happens, it seems that the numbers are catching up. Why? In some countries, it is against the law for women to cheat. They can risk losing their lives. Women are stoned to death. Look at the Bible. Remember when the woman, she came and they wanted to stone her. And she went to the feet of your Almighty, Jesus, and he wrote something in the sand. And what did he say? Ye without sin cast the first stone.
El que esté libre de pecado que tire la primera
Exactly.
piedra.
Those, I'm sure, those same men who were stoning this woman committed some sort of adulterous act with this woman.
Así es.
To show you the hypocrisy of men and of some people. We tend to look down on women who cheat, and men who cheat is like, oh, that's normal, I understand.
Sí, Prince, pero no creas tú que porque vengas a la Biblia y vengas a hablarme de cuando... ¿Quién fue? La mujer de Lot fue la que se convirtió en sal.
Sí.
Que miró hacia atrás cuando se
Ajá,
estuvo
we're going down
Sodoma
biblical
y
lens,
Gomorra
yeah.
se estuvo destruyendo. Okay. Bueno, pero la que tiró la primera piedra, que esté libre de pecado, que tire la primera piedra. Prince, tú me vas a decir a mí ahora que, la mujer nunca puede compararse con el hombre. Nunca vamos a llegar al mismo nivel de casos, no, Prince, jamás.
Excuse me?
No vamos a llegar al mismo nivel que tienen ustedes de salir y hacer
Listen, what Brenda is saying, that yes, the number of women that are cheating more is rising. However, women will never reach the number of men.
No.
Brenda, why do men cheat?
Eso quiero yo saber.
Men cheat because women allow them to cheat. Meaning that, what are you sitting like, let me hear what's going on.
Claro, porque quiero escuchar una razón.
Who do men cheat with? Men cheat with other women. So women are the fault.
Muchas veces lo hace con otro
Right?
hombre.
Women are the reason for a man to cheat. When a woman cheats on a
Dame
man,
una razón contundente de por qué el hombre pega cuernos.
I'm telling you, Brenda, is because the women that they're having the affair with sleeps with them and mess up their lives. A man could have a wedding ring on his finger. He's taken. He's at the bar. A woman would come up and like, hey, can I buy you a drink? I like you and talk to you. But the man is happily married. Women tempt men
The man es what?
happily married.
¿Ustedes están escuchando esto?
Brenna, you know what? This is something that I don't agree with you with. All right? Because you're insinuating that women would never reach the level of how men cheat.
No.
And I'm telling you, days are changing. Women now are celebrating the fact that they have a boo, a side piece, a husband, a boyfriend, a sugar daddy, you know, all of those things. They're celebrating that. Okay? When you hear these young girls today, they're talking about, oh yeah, I have a man who just pay my car note. I have a man who just give me for my nails. I have a man who just pay my rent. I have a man
Y tú consideras, permiso, tú consideras que este tipo de mujer está pegando cuernos.
Yes.
No, porque no tiene una relación. Si tiene todas esas situaciones, como tú dices, entonces no tiene una relación fija.
You see that? You see? Brenda wants to come with semantics.
No, yo quiero
She's
que alguien
saying
me diga
that
o me
if a
aclare
woman-
eso.
if a
Permiso,
woman-
porque ahora yo tengo una relación, entonces voy a tener un sugar daddy que me pague un viaje, voy a tener
Sugar
sí, voy a tener quien me pague para las uñas, tengo otro que me pague para el pelo, tengo otro que me lleve a cenar. Entonces el que yo tengo en la casa, dime.
Maybe you mightn't have one.
No, Prince,
Right?
no, Prince,
But
por
there's
favor.
women who have that life, Brenda.
No voy de acuerdo contigo.
Oh
Prince.
my God. Listen, if you agree with me, please call in. All right? Please call in. Prince, women are cheating more than men. My wife confirmed.
San Martín Anunnaki, por favor, que esto es serio.
All right. Janetta Richardson say men also cheat with other men, but in general, men are weak. Do you mean if a man is in a homosexual relationship and he cheats with other men? Or do you mean a man in a heterosexual relationship goes out and cheats with a man? Please clarify yourself. Okay?
Janice Richardson también dice, hay muchas chapeadoras. Sí, pero esas chapeadoras no tienen alguien fijo en
Brenda, you
casa.
can't say that.
¿Cómo que no?
You cannot say that.
¿Y cómo si yo tengo una relación? Digo, es mi pensar. ¿Cómo si yo tengo una relación en mi casa, dentro de mi casa tengo mi relación? Pero, Prince, tú sabes, vamos a dar una vuelta por ahí, pero necesito arreglarme las uñas. ¿Tú crees? ¿Cuándo paso por allá para que tú pagues las uñas? Dime.
You see, this is why I say Brenda is an angel. Brenda is saying, and she's
No,
basing. No, Brenda, listen.
no,
Brenda,
no lo
look at
veas
me. Look at
así.
me. You are basing that on your life. Yes, we understand. You're a good girl. You wouldn't do that.
No, yo no
But
soy
there's-
good girl, pero tampoco soy un demonio.
What's wrong with saying you're a good girl, Brenda?
Bueno, que no lo soy.
Brenda, so you're not a good girl.
No me considero good girl, no.
Oh my God. Dennis, we thought we had a good girl sitting down in here all the time, but Brenda's a bad girl.
Woo!
All right. No, Brenda, you are basing that on your life. Remember, and for those of you who are out there and can confirm this, please do so. 554-5601. We're waiting. I need to hear this. Don't you think that there's women out there who are living with someone and, you know, she calls up, hey, honey, yeah, I need my nails done. And then it's like, yes, Roger. No, yes, Victor. You know, Hurricane Victor. Yeah, I know you called me. I saw a missed call from you. Thank you for the top up. I never called you because I was busy. I know you're the one that gave me the top up. Listen, can you bring some KFC for me? I'm hungry.
Eso le ha pasado a él.
I'm hungry. Yes. In fact, and my friend too. Wanda, she hungry too. Bring some KFC. Okay.
Coluleta.
Call me later because I ain't wasting my credits.
Pero si le acabas de
Bye.
poner tu pot.
That's how women are these days.
Prince, ¿te ha pasado eso a ti?
No.
No.
But this happened
Prince.
to a friend of mine.
Sí, ah, sí. Ay,
That's-
Dios mío, pero ese
Brenda,
amigo tuyo, caramba.
listen. I have a friend. He puts tops up.
Oye, Lenny Brito, está hablando la experiencia.
Oh my God, no. Listen what happens, Brenda, all right? There are women out there that have men for different purposes, okay? I want to pay their car note, their hair, and as I said, okay? And I'm going to tell you,
Nunca me dijiste el por qué el hombre pega
Majority
cuerno.
of the
Nunca me
time.
dijiste el por qué el hombre pega cuerno.
that's going to come after. Men cheat because women cheat with men. But
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
No, Prince,
Yes.
no diga,
But let me
Prince, no
finish
diga
my
eso.
sentence, Brenda.
Okay.
All right? But I do know that every single one of those guys who she's calling, she have slept with or is going to sleep with at some point of time. So she's going to be cheating with one of these guys on
Pero
the
si
man
no- pero si
that
no-
is home sleeping and on the man who's busy changing the child's pampers, bathing the children, giving them food, doing their homework with them and everything. He's home doing all of that, and she's out there doing her nails, getting her hair done, eating KFC, she and Wanda, right? And getting top up. And at
Y,
one
no, y
point,
nunca devuelve la llamada.
exactly, at one point, she will be cheating.
No, bueno.
Because men are not, he's going to put a top up once, twice, 3 times, maybe even 4 times. But what man is going to be putting up top up on your phone? You're not calling him, and he's not going to beg you for wife or wants a sexual favor in return. That's how it is, all right? Now,
Yo no te puedo hablar en serio de
because
ese
you're a
tema
good
porque
girl, Brenda.
yo no he llegado hasta esa situación. Cuando ya yo esté en esa situación, que yo tenga quien me pague las uñas por un lado, quien me haga el pelo, quien me dé los chelitos de mandar para Santo Domingo porque se me presentó un problema allá, tengo a alguien enfermo, no voy a especificar quién, o cumplo años, ¿sabes? Entonces ahí ya yo vengo,
my
Prince,
God.
ya yo sé cómo se hace eso. Pero,
All right, good.
no.
Let's read some of these comments. However, it's not from a personal experience, okay? It's not.
No.
All right. Janetta Richardson said, hay muchas chapeadoras, okay? Good house living is no more. If you want to cheat, go. I am too big of an independent woman, but where are the women when you're dying? Okay? Magali Barnes, she's saying that. But Magali, don't you believe that women nowadays cheat as much as men? Let me know what you think about that. A wedding band is an attraction magnet for women who wants to cheat. Women feel more secure to cheat with a married man. What?
No digo nada.
Brenda?
No digo nada.
Brenda?
Soy turista y me hospedo en la otra calle.
Brenda, do you think women wants to cheat with a married man? They rather cheat with a married man than a single man?
Ay, yo no te sé decir, porque yo no he estado en esa situación.
I'm not saying you,
Pero
Brenda.
que yo no sé.
But Brenda,
no
you don't
tengo-
have friends?
Sí, tengo amigas, pero
I
sabes,
have
yo
friends.
no puedo.
When I talk, I don't bring out my dirty laundry on TV. What I do is I talk about my friends.
Sí, pero tú todo lo tuyo son experiencias de amigos.
No, but I do believe that that's something psychologically embedded in women, that if they're going to cheat, they rather cheat with a married man. I've heard girlfriends say that they rather cheat with a married man. Why? Because when they finish, do whatever they have to do, the man have to go
No
back.
puede, y no puede hacerle un lío porque usted tiene su
Exactly.
compromiso en su casa.
The man have to go back. The man have to go back home. All right, and she doesn't have to wash, cook, and clean for him. They can always have a good time because guess what? The wife have to wash, cook, clean for him, and he have to go back home. When she's out with her friends and stuff, she can't get reprimanded, and he doesn't have the right to talk.
Mira,
and
espérate,
get
Rosa
upset.
dijo que ella también quiere aprender. Rosa, aquí no están dando unos tips. Ya tú sabes.
Oh, come on. So you, oh my God. You know what? Rosa Mendez and Brenda are all good girls, okay? Do you think that that should have been done from the word? Go and not wait for a visit of the JM to Holland. This could have been made a priority as a coalition and, okay, agenda. Okay, I'm not understanding it. Why I'm not understanding it is because it was from the topic with Grisha Martin Hedegaard. Okay, research shows that women cheat more with married men as they feel more secure. It is a biological process that exists across species in which females are more attracted to males based on the endorsement of a third party. That's a sexual worker you're describing, not someone's wife. Okay. Married with a woman but are homosexual. That there is Bruce Jenner, who was a man. Okay. Yeah. Brenda, no tires una pierna a la mano, te
Quedará inflamada.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Oh, I don't wash, don't cook, nothing. Find a woman who made you happy. Oh my God. This is some crazy stuff. So I think women should take care of men, despite if they go out and cheat. A woman should take care of her man. Make sure that he eats. Make sure that his clothes are clean. Make sure a lot of things. And if he cheats, he made a mistake. He'll come back and say, honey, I shrunk the kids. No, honey, I made a mistake. Let us move on. I love you, and let us move on. Mistakes can happen. Mistakes can happen. I'm sure women who go out there and cheat don't come home and said, honey, I made a mistake. I tripped up and I fell on his penis.
Mira, Alma Charles dice que una mujer independiente no hace eso, pero San Martín Anunnaki le pregunta, ¿por qué? La mujer independiente no tiene fantasías. Sí, tenemos fantasías, claro está. Claro que sí.
And as soon as the relationship goes a certain way, you know, you women go out and try
Pero
to gain
cuando
that
uno está
fantasy.
enfocado en lo que necesita hacer, bueno, yo soy de la persona.
Tell me, good girl.
Yo soy de la persona.
Tell me, good girl.
Mira, Prince, yo soy de la persona que ningún hombre me va a querer llenar los ojos con ningún regalo, ni que porque tenga este, ni porque tenga el otro. Espérate, no, porque eso es lo que sucede con las famosas chapeadoras, como dijo Janet.
How you know? You have a friend.
Richardson.
You have a friend.
Bueno,
You have a
sí.
friend.
Tengo amigas, sí.
Ahora Brenda tiene amigas.
No, bueno, pero que yo no tengo por qué estar divulgando la vida de nadie, Prince, dime.
Yeah.
Dime.
This is where we need Leroy Hodge, as Simon Anunnaki said. He is our relationship expert on this program, and he always gives us good advice. But Janine George is saying, really, which part is really, Janine? Really what?
What?
Let me know,
What,
all right?
554-5601, cualquier experiencia de amistades que tengan, como Prince aquí, que tiene muchas, pueden llamarnos y decir.
All right. Apparently, this topic is too hot for the viewing audience, so we would have to end this program. All right. But let us agree that
Magali, algo está pasando con ella.
we are quickly judged and asked, what are you talking about? And Anunnaki is saying men should be happy when the women cheat. Less bills to pay. Yeah, that's it. You know what I heard once? A guy, he found out.
Nunca me contestaste la pregunta que te
I
hice.
told you because women allow men to cheat.
No, no, no.
All
¿Por
right?
qué el hombre tiene que pegar cuerno?
Because there's women out there tempting men. And that's why.
Ay, Dios, y él es un corderito manso que no le dan comida en su casa desde que sale y le ofrecen comida, de una vez va, come.
Maybe they're hungry. And that's why they eat. All right. To be honest, this topic does not make any sense. There are more important issues to discuss than cheating. Wow. All right. This is Extra Time, Dave Livingstone. This is what we talk about.
Sorry si a alguien le afecta,
Yeah.
pero debemos de tocarlo porque todo el mundo tiene una opinión diferente. Entonces hay que darle chance a todo el mundo, como las amistades de Prince.
Mi amistades.
Sí, las amistades. Tú, porque tú siempre tienes una historia de tus amistades.
Yes.
Como esa Wanda que llamó, tú sabes, para pedir el Kentucky, que le pusieron recarga y nunca devolvió.
No. All right. I'll tell you one thing though. I've seen this on on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So this guy, he called up. He had this wife, okay, and this wife was stepping out of the relationship. So she had another man. And when the guy found out, he was like, "Hey, this is crazy." So he called the guy, went in her phone, got the number, called the guy. He's like, hello? What's your name?
Hello.
And the man was like, you called me. Who do you want to speak to? He said, no, okay, let me get straight to the point. I saw your number in my wife's phone as Sai Ting. My name is blah, 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 and I just wanted to know what's your name. So the guy like, listen, I don't want a problem. He said, no. There's no problem. What happened is that I know that she sleeps with you at one point, and you guys have a relationship. So I'm going to send you half of the bill. So our GB is, we didn't say GB, but our electricity bill is $200. You are just going to pay $75. When she asked me for money for her hair, that's $40. You will give her $20. Her top-up comes to $40 a month. So you will give her $20, and I would give her $20. And whatever she needs, please do feel free to give her whatever she needs because things are tough. So he doesn't worry if she steps out. What he worries about,
pero lo que está buscando una ayuda ya.
well, what he's worried about is that other people are eating the meat and he's sucking on the dry bones.
Pues entonces yo voy a hacer lo mismo. Mira,
They are
a mí
eating
me
the
toca
meat.
cocinar, pero a ti te toca hacer la cena entonces.
And what's wrong with
Esta
that?
semana yo lavo, pero a ti te toca la semana que viene.
Yeah, but Brenna, you can't.
Pero mira qué chulo.
But Brenna, you can't expect that you're cheating out there. You're not bringing anything to the table, okay? And this man have to be paying everything. He have to pay for your hair. He have to give you pocket money. Yeah. So some other person is eating the meat while you are sucking on the bones.
The bones.
It doesn't work like that. Anyway, with this topic, I would like to rest because people are getting a little agitated with this. Okay? I have no interest in discussing knobs. All right. Once my wife called, a lady answered. Cut the long story short, I was on a no-food diet for a week. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. into 40 minutes of extra time.
Woo!
We do hope that you can join us tomorrow once again. And now we see that Leroy Hodge
Dios
is tuning
mío,
in. I missed the
Leroy.
episode, but next time I would. Leroy Hodge, it is always possible for you to watch the program again. That's the message of Facebook Live.
Así es, señores, llegamos ya al final de nuestra programación completa, 42 minutos de extra time. Pero estaremos de vuelta con ustedes mañana, Dios mediante, así que pasen feliz resto del día. Muchas bendiciones. Estuvo con ustedes Brenda Rodríguez de Allen.
And Herbert Martin James Martina.